Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Albert Clark. I'm up in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and I'm going to show you a program today that's taken about 20 years to build. And you'll say, well, why does a software program take 20 years to build these days? Well, 20 years ago, I built the first ever electronic newsletter for agents, and I've been stuck in this business ever since. And the one thing I believe is what's on the screen right now, and I think you do, and Heather, I'm sure you do too. Real estate's all a numbers game. We've got to create relationships. We got to insulate them. We got to get intelligence on them. We have to protect them. There's a lot to do here trying to build a pipeline. So when I go fly all over the country, where as I used to, I would, be in front of agents and I'd say, why can't you do the best possible job of staying in touch? And what they say is, Al, I have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I don't have everything, a whole package. So we have the whole package, and that's why Exit picked us as a premier partner, because they didn't have any of these tools in their back end. Okay, they were thinking about building a newsletter for the agents, but I think they gave up on it about 4 or 5 months ago, and then started reaching out to us saying, hey, can you provide your services to our agents, with some extra bells and whistles, and obviously at a lower price. So, excuse me, what we're all about today is showing agents how to do that best possible job of staying in touch. Now, you might recognize some of these logos on here. You might have emails in some of these systems. So what I've known for the last at least 5 or 6 years is that 9 out of 10 agents don't even have a clean, reliable database, okay? When you ask them, and how do we know this? As soon as we start working with an agent, we'll say, tell me about your database. And they're like, well, it's all over the place, but it's not in one place. So what we do on day one when we work with exit agents is we go into all these locations and others, export them all, clean them up, run them through filters, and then hand you a professional grade database that you can then scrub and take anybody out you want, okay? So the first thing we do to overcome the biggest problem that agents have is no pipeline because they don't have a database. They're probably not using the CRM. Heather, are you providing a CRM for your agents there?
Yes, we do have one.
Which one?
Promo Shop.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, we can export out of there too. And we can put all your home actions contacts in there. There's a lot we can do with CRMs. So every 2 weeks when the newsletter launches, and this is a 2-week newsletter, it's not once a month, it's not chicken pot pie recipes, it's not moving day tips, okay? It's hard-hitting, impactful information that helps your readers manage what they have now. Yeah, we're worried about the future the business we can develop for you in the future, but for right now, we want to help everybody that's in our database. So the newsletter has custom graphics, as I said, goes out every 2 weeks to an unlimited number of your contacts. And the agent has a chance to reach out to us and say, hey, put in a listing, and I just sold an open house, testimonials, whatever. You'll see on the right there, where Judy put in her new listing in New Jersey. So we're able to actually put all this content in. The agent owns 5 article locations, okay? You don't have to use them all, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, but the idea is that you've got you've got a pipeline that's going into all these homes of your clients, prospects, and friends, okay? On this next one, you might recognize this lady at the top there. Heather's program, what you could do is, you see we do seasonal graphics at the top. We'll be able to work with you on any kind of, local flavor you want. And then every 2 weeks, there's always 7, 8, or 9 articles that we write that the consumers think that you wrote, okay, because they're going to be thanking you for sending all this stuff. They think you have the time to do something this cool, even though we know you don't. So what's also nice about any of these articles is that they're trackable. There's articles that we're going to show you in a couple seconds. We call them predictive articles because they actually engage the reader to learn more about that topic, okay? So on the left-hand side here, you'll see our tax deduction articles for 2022. That's a series that we have running now, getting your clients ready for tax season for next year. Now, our most widely clicked article, and if there's one thing you can learn from me today, is that everybody wants to know what's sold down the street. They may not even be interested in selling their house, but they want to know what their house is worth in relation to the one down the street that just sold. If they have to go to Zillow to do this, they're going to get lost and hooked into Zillow. We don't want them to do that. We want them to continue researching in front of you in your newsletter and on your website. Okay? So this is what we call RPR, Realtors Property Resource. Heather, it's available in your MLS, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so in fact, I got to talk to you about putting this in your newsletter, okay? So all the agent has to do is give us a bunch of zip codes, and we'll put in those blue buttons, and when they click the blue buttons, up comes their report, and you get a text and an email 30 seconds later telling you somebody opened up this article. And most agents would say, well, why do I care? Well, 44% of people clicking on these blue boxes are doing their own research in front of the agent, not behind the agent's back. So you know who's warming up for a transaction, because half the people are. That's what we're getting at. We're going to give you intelligence on what goes on inside of your database. Here's another feature we've been rolling out for the last couple of months, the Small Business Showcase. Every agent can use better public relations, right, in the local community. So what we're asking the agents to do, and there's no extra charge for any of this content, is every 2 weeks, get with us, send us an email, and sponsor 5 or 10 small businesses, and we'll build a directory right on the newsletter so that we can do some promotion for these small businesses to help them recover from the pandemic, okay? So here you are, the agent, working for Exit. You work in small town America, or whatever you want to call your town. There's got to be the Italian deli, the beauty salon, the local hardware store, something like that that can use your endorsement. So again, we'll work with this, and we'll tell you, of course, who clicked on this. Now, just because they click on this doesn't mean that they're going to be buying and selling a home. I just want to show you that we're helping you with public relations. Because at the end of the day, what we really do is portray you as a homeowner advocate, okay? If you look at the article on the left there, every day we're updating, every morning we update all the dangerous products that are recalled in the home. Top right, we always track the IRS scams. There's about 44 of them right now that are ripping off senior citizens and, in fact, middle-aged people with how smart they've designed these scams. Next one, credit score apps, right? You guys have this problem all the time when your clients say, oh, Credit Karma tells me I'm a 750, right? But by the time you get done with the FICO, they're down to 680, okay? So we tell them that, some of these free apps might not be worth it because of everything you have to give up privacy-wise. Now, when I mentioned that you guys own, an agent owns the first 5 articles, we could actually promote Exit. If you're of the mindset where you're trying to get some people in your downstream, then we'll be able to put this article in, or an article like this, that lets your friends know that you're with Exit and you can help them, jump into a new career. That's all optional. That doesn't go in automatically. You have to ask for this stuff, okay? So I'm going to be, as president of the company, responsible for making sure that this thing works for you, because the last thing I need you to do is go back to Heather saying, Albert ripped us off. We wouldn't be on this call right now if we were. Okay, true or false? This is what we call our predictive articles. If somebody reads this article, they're probably interested in down payment money, right? So 30 seconds later, boom, boom, you get a text and an email telling you who just read this article. This is one you could jump on right now, today, because 7 out of 10 families that have a mortgage in your town have no idea how much equity they have. They know it's good, but they don't know how much. If they run to Zillow, you're going to lose them. We want them reaching out to you. As soon as they open this article, 30 seconds later, bam, bam, text and email. The Joneses need somebody to do a quick CMA for them. Reach out to them, conversation starters. I hope you see where we're going here. We're using interactive content to actually develop a conversation so you can follow up with them and get the deal. Because if they don't know how much their house is worth now, they're not going to list their house, right? Until somebody gives them that magic number. Any questions thus far, ladies and gentlemen? We'll have time at the end to do that if you want. We're okay? All right. Now, everything I've shown you so far is what we call exclusive, because the agent that gets their email addresses in the system first, get them protected, okay? So if Heather has BettyJane@AOL.com and Joe has the same email address, whoever gets it in the system first wins, because the second person can't enroll an already enrolled email address, okay? So email addresses can only be used once in our system, highly unlike every other marketing program out there where they just let you throw anything at the, the internet you can. just keep sending junk and pot pies and recipes. That's not working these days. We know what works because we send out about 5 million of these every 2 weeks. So we know what's going on. We know what they're asking. If you're into social media, there's an entire social media game plan. You could schedule out your social media. You can grab your whole newsletter and put it on social media or any of our 1,200 articles. You could use those on your blog, your website, anywhere you want. Takes about 10 seconds to get an article on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. We have direct integration built there. So again, don't waste an hour a day trying to find content for your social media. Trust me, we've got it. This is how it would look like. Somebody puts their one of their articles up, the What's Sold Down the Street article. Boom, boom, boom. They click. They can also join your home actions from Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. We'll show you that. Another interesting facet of what we offer here is these metrics. Who's opening what, clicking, sharing, downloading. You're profiling all your readers because we know that they're interested in the following topics. So on the left-hand side, in that middle red arrow there, you'll see 28 people wanted to know what's sold down the street, when and for how much. 10 of those people are actively researching right now. But until you did this, you didn't know that. You didn't even, you weren't doing anything with their email addresses because we found it 3 years ago in Gmail, okay? Because we go through your Gmail with you on the computer, of course, export and build this database, okay? So up on the top right, 58 total trigger articles. That's 58 opportunities for a conversation starter. On the left here, 615. That's how many people opened it at least once, the last newsletter. But look at that number to the right there, 1,016 total opens. What that means is that half of your readers are going to open your newsletter multiple times. So they save it in their inbox, and that's impression, impression, impression. Because they saved your name and your subject line in their inbox. After every article is read, the system asks your readers to vote on it. How well did you like it? Do you know anybody thinking about buying or selling a home? You're in the first 2 launches, I guarantee you're going to get some potential referral business from people that you haven't talked to in years that are now in your database getting your home actions. Because when I'd ask an agent, well, why did you follow up with these people? You know what the comment is? Well, what would I say? I have nothing to say to them. Okay, well, now you do, because you know what they're interested in. So, when most people in your database, when they're looking for information, they're trying to go to Zillow, and Zillow's going to give them everything they want, because these are the reasons why they went to Zillow. So what we did was, we built this widget that acts just like that competes with Zillow at the neighborhood net level. So this is a widget, a sophisticated computer in the program that allows your readers to type in any address of 150 million street addresses. Heather, guess how many street addresses are in the country?
150 million.
Very good. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you got a wonderful, wonderful leader there. She knows everything about 150 million homes and every neighborhood around it because this has a neighborhood report that goes with it, okay? They're interested in digging into what's going on in the neighborhood around any address, demographics, recent sales nearby, rent versus own, the average tax bill in the area, cost of living, what's it going to cost me to move from St. Louis to this part of Tennessee, income levels in the neighborhood, where are all the schools? We don't tell them which school they're going to go to, we just tell them where the schools are, let them dig into those blue buttons. And then we want to know where we're going to go for happy hour on Friday and fine dining, what stores are in the area. If you have to live by a Starbucks, we know where all the Starbucks are in relation to that 150 million database, okay? So if somebody wants to design a perfect neighborhood, they can come in here and pull all this stuff up. Next one, half of your clients have pets, so you have to be a pet lover. You may not like pets, but you can't say that. So here you are showing a deep concern for the pet-owning families, because you know where all the pet smarts are, you know where the Petcos are, the dog walkers, the animal hospitals, the veterinarians. We got them all wrapped up in this report. Now remember, this is all within a couple miles of that house, of any house in the country. Where are we going to get our tattoos removed? Where are we going to work out? You know, everything that's going on. Because at the end of the day, we know what to send, when to send it, we know how to send it for you. We know how to create these conversation starters, because if you don't have anything to say, you're not going to pick up the phone and call people randomly. That was good maybe in the 70s when people were at home, but you're not going to find them now, okay? Because what we're all about is delivering on things that they were unexpecting. You're now delivering it every 2 weeks consistently, and that's what works in real estate, consistency. And we know how to lock in the exclusive value, okay? And what we get at here is everything I've just shown you. I don't think you want Keller Williams, C21, and Coldwell Banker agents to get their hands on. Because of my relationship with Heather, they can't. Here's why, because we're not going to let them buy it. We've locked out all your competitors for about 20 miles going each way. We're not going to sell this to the Keller Williams office down the street. In fact, Heather, do you have a Keller Williams office down the street?
Yes, we do.
Okay, well, I've got about 600 of their agents using my program. You know how many in your office down the street have this? 0. 2 months from now, how many are going to have this? 0. Because after 2 months, I can start going and marketing to those other brokerages. But we want you, and this is why Heather had me do this, we want you to get a brand new database, get it in, and get it protected. And that's what it's all about, building that pipeline. Okay, so there's 2 ways to subscribe to our program. And Heather has been talking to me for the last 2 weeks about this, and she said, I have a real problem with my agents paying the setup fee. So let's take care of this $99 setup fee so the agents don't have to pay for it. So Heather's taken that upon herself to get rid of that $99 setup fee. So what I'm asking you to do is join Home Actions, no contracts, no cancellation clauses, no fees for anything, at $60 per month for as many months as you want, cancel at any time. We're going to build you a brand new database, custom graphics. We're going to get 2 newsletters on the street in your first month. If you don't like what the potential of this is, if you don't like what we delivered for you, okay, you can walk away. We give you your money back. We give you your database back. 98% of the agents stay at that $60 for a month or 2, and then they can move to the quarterly plan. Or you could start at the quarterly plan. That saves you about $125 over the monthly plan. But the monthly plan has the least amount of cash flow, impact, $60 versus $165. So that's it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Can I interrupt?
Yeah, go ahead.
If we had a couple agents in our office sign up, can you adjust that price, or is there a better price you can give us?
Oh, all right. Let me look at this. How many think we have on the call, Heather?
Well, we have 2, 4, 6.
We don't know how many are online.
Yeah. So we have like maybe 12 here right now, but we don't know how many are online, and I'm not sure who will sign up, but
yeah.
We had a
all right. Let me, if I can get 7 agents to put their hand up and say, yeah, I'll start, I'll take a shot at this thing. If I can get 7 agents, I'll lower that 60 down to 50. That saves them another $120. That's a total of about $300 they're saving. Because we normally charge $79 a month. And if you do the math, it's a phenomenal deal. So if I can get 7 agents to sign up to try this, give it your best shot, and trust me, you're going to keep this if you can. We'll take that 60 down to 50.
Okay.
So times 12 months, that's $120 more we're saving them. Okay. Heather, you're running my company dry here, let me tell you. But that's okay. You know your agents better than I do. Does anybody think that $50 is not a good value for what we're going to deliver for you guys?
That's a good price. No, that's amazing.
Yeah, there's nobody in Exit right now paying this. So since we came back from the Orlando event with Stacy, I've been doing nothing but Zooms all day. My wife says she's going crazy because obviously I'm loud enough when we work out of our houses. So that's all I've been doing is exit Zooms, and literally half the agents that are on the Zoom pull their credit card out and buy this. Why? Because they don't want somebody else to attack their database. They want to get it, first off, a database built in and protected. And then secondly, deep down, we all know this is what you should be doing for staying in touch. Low pressure, not buy now, or interest rates are going to skyrocket. No, we don't get into that scaring tactics, okay? We leave that for other marketing companies. We get into hard-hitting, impactful information. So let's have a, Heather, if you can do a show of hands there as to who's interested, physically in your room there now. And then we'll extend this to all the agents because I'm recording this and we can send it out later on to them. Does that make sense?
Is anyone interested right now?
All right, let's raise some hands. If we can get 7, then everybody saves that extra 50.
We have 7.
You got 7?
Yes,
All right. Heather, can you write down who they are?
I will, yes.
Because what I'll do, guys, is, ladies and gentlemen, is if you just call me, I could take your order over the phone, literally once you guys are done with your meeting. And then we can get your account humming today. We start working on your databases. We do it tonight. I'm around all day tomorrow. We will get it done within 24 hours. And you'll be proud of what you have now because you have lots of contacts. Just for anybody out there that has Gmail, everybody that ever emailed you in Gmail or you have ever emailed is a contact. So why aren't we building relationship with them? Okay, we're going to, because Albert's going to call me and he's going to go into everywhere I have contacts and build me a database. Yes, we are. That's what makes us different than everybody else in this business. That's why Exit really, really wanted us because they know their agents are deficient in doing this kind of stuff. So we're doing it for them. That's what it comes down to. And really, my goal is to have you just do 2 more deals a year than you would not have done if you didn't use my system, okay? I can't guarantee you that next week you're going to sell 5 homes, okay? It's not going to happen, but you know where I'm getting at. This is a relationship tool delivering consistency and a lot of value. And that's what we're good at, is delivering value. So Heather, if you could take down their names,
Yes.
I'll reach out to them later on, or you guys can call me directly. This thing works very fast. We can get a newsletter on the street for you probably Monday or Tuesday of next week with a holiday message and even a special holiday graphics, as you can see we did here with Heather's. Where did we do it, Heather? Right there. Now, Heather, as you know, on the sideline, she has a painting business, so she's an artist. So she actually drew all this.
No, I do not.
No, but this is the kind of stuff we do. Now we'll swap this out in 2 weeks for, a Christmas theme or something like that, or whatever you want. But it's nice to break up your subject line. It's nice to break up the images every couple of weeks. But what we're doing is we're building allegiance for you because the same people are going to open up everything we send them on a consistent basis. And when you send them something, they're going to believe it because so far you've been hitting the hook here on everything they need to run and manage their house. Okay, now you could bring in, remember those 5 articles I told you about that you own? You could bring in your roofer, your plumber, your contractor, okay? Your mortgage guy, whatever you want. Your whole Angie's list we could bring into the system here and offer that value, right? Because even though I don't need a plumber now, it's nice to know that I got one I can call because of my relationship with my realtor. Let's have some questions, please.
Anyone have any questions?
I know I went longer than my 15 minutes. Everybody, there's my phone number on the screen there. And I went too fast. Let's go down the back. My phone number is 570-510-3507. And my name's Albert Clark. I'm the president of the company, created the program, been working on it for 20 years. Again, drives my wife crazy. Go do something else. Everywhere I go, though, I get the same response. Al, where were you 10 years ago? I should have been doing this stuff for 10 years. It could all start today.
Thank you so much, Al. We appreciate you extending that offer to us.